Hello, welcome to Rebalance Pilates at Home. So what we're going to do is, because we're not in the clinic these weeks, we're going to try and give you some exercise that you can do at home. Today's class we're going to start with a bit of the basics. We're going to start with a warm-up, a bit of lower ab work, a bit of glute work to get us back into good habits, and we're going to build on this week by week. Each week we're going to make it a little bit harder, and as I said in the email, if you want to do a longer class, you can take Monday's class and Thursday's class, put them back to back, and have about a half hour, 20 minutes to half hour class that you can do each week. On top of this, you can do this 2-3 times a week if you want, just so you can get a little bit more of a workout because we're all stuck indoors at the moment. So today we're going to start off with a bit of a warm-up, then we're going to come into lower ab work, glute work, and then we'll see what else we do from there. What we're going to need for today's class is a mat, a rolled up towel for a headrest. If you don't have a mat, get a couple of towels, put them down, use a duvet, something like that, a little bit of makeshift, and then we're going to use a roller for a couple of other exercises. If you don't have a roller, bottle of water, or we're going to have another variation that we can use for later on, rolled up towels, place them in a bunch, and lie back onto them, but I'll talk you through them then as we go through that. So first thing I'm going to do is come onto the hands and knees. So to start, as we always do in the classes, hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, flatten the back out, bring the left leg back behind the body, right arm up in front, and then circles with the heel in the hand. Keep the hips and shoulders as still as you can, and some nice round circles. Change directions, and then change sides. Right leg back, left arm up in front, little circles again, and then change directions, and hope you're going the right direction now, and then bring the arms and legs back down onto the mat. Bring the hips and shoulders to the left, right leg back, right arm up in front, back down, hips and shoulders to the right, left leg back, whoops, left arm up in front, and then back down. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips again. Drop the ribs down to the mat, arch the back, lift the head up, looking up in front, and then drop the head down, ribs up to the ceiling. Drop the ribs back down, head up in front again. Drop the head down, ribs up nice and high. Drop the ribs down, lift the head up. And last one, drop the head down, ribs up to the ceiling. And then flatten the back out. Now, we'll turn over onto our back. So, now that we're on our back, imprint the spine, bring the legs to tabletop, knees are over the hips, knees are 90 degrees, back is imprinted, tap the right toes off the mat, and then the left toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Legs back to tabletop, keep the spine imprinted, tap the 2 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, and last one, 10. Legs back to tabletop, and bring the feet onto the mat. Next one, we're going to do a little bit of work for the glutes. Imprint the spine, roll the hips back, lift the hips up off the mat, and then back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep the rib cage down, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and then rest back down. Next one we're going to do, we're going to use the roller. So if you have a roller, great, we're going to do 2 feet on the roller. If you have a bottle of water, that'll do as a substitute. If you don't, we're going to use on one leg. So if you have the roller, 2 feet up on the roller, hands by the side, imprint the spine, lift the hips up, and then back down. We're going to go for 20. If you don't have a roller, we're going to start for 10 on the left leg, and then 10 on the right leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to make the next 10 harder, hands onto the ribs. 14, 15, going to make them harder again, hands across the chest. 17, 18, 19, last one, 20, and then rest back down. Hands by the side and leave the roller down to the side. Next one, a little bit of lower ab work. We're going to imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, and little flusher kicks back and forward. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, bring the feet back down. Good. Have a little rest for a second. We're going to do 2 legs together, and then we're going to switch into a few variations. Imprint the spine again. Remember to keep the rib cage down, back is flat, legs back to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, and 2 legs at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees and bring the feet down. So, next one we're going to do, bring the legs to tabletop, tuck the chin in, roll the chin to the chest, head and shoulders up, left hand to the inside of the right knee, right hand to the outside of the right ankle, straighten the left leg, and switch. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees, rest the head down, and bring the feet down one at a time. Next one, 2 hands to the side of the head, imprint the spine again, legs to tabletop, chin to the chest, elbows to the knees, straighten the legs, elbows apart, bend the knees, elbows in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, bend the knees, rest the head, feet down, hands down, and rest. Now, for the next set, we're going to straighten the legs down onto the mat, and we're going to do some roll-ups. So, legs are straight, knees and ankles are together, bring the hands back behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, roll up into sitting, bring the chest forward at the end, and then controlled roll back down, hands back behind the head again. 2, up nice and tall, back down. 3, up nice and tall. Good. 4, and back down. 5, and back down. 6, up nice and tall. 7, keep the ribs down on the way back down. 8, 9, one last one, 10. And control on the way down, and hands back. Bring the hands back by the side, bend the knees, bring the legs to tabletop, hands back behind the head, knees and ankles are together, arms forward, chin to the chest. I'm going to roll up into boat pose. Chest comes forward, don't let the feet touch the mat. Roll back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll back down, hands back by the side, bring the legs back down onto the mat. And then for the last bit of today's exercise, we're going to stretch out the thoracic spine and the pecs across the front. We've all been slumped over the kitchen table for the last little bit, so we're going to start to stretch them out. To do that now, we're going to need a roller. If you don't have a roller, or you don't have a long one like this, what you can do is get a few towels, roll them up into a circle and lie back onto them. If you do have a roller, sit on the end like we did in the class, and you're going to lie back onto the roller, drop the hands out to the side, and start by stretching out the chest. So we're just going to let the arms drop back down towards the floor. Keep the forearms parallel to the floor as you drop them back, and just let gravity pull them down. Try to bring the elbows up higher than the shoulders, so we get a stretch into our pec minor muscles here and here. We're going to just let the arms drop back, and hold that for about 30 seconds. Good. Next what we're going to do, we're going to come off the roller, If you have a bottle of water, this is where you can use it as well. And what you're going to do is turn the roller sideways, and you can lie back onto the plastic bottle of water, lie back onto the roller, lift the hips up, hands back behind the head, and just rolling along the thoracic spine. Nice and slow from the base of the ribs, all the way up to the top of the spine, up to the shoulders, base of the neck, and just going back and forth. You can turn the hips and shoulders to the right, get the right side of the spine. You can turn to the left, and get the left side of the spine as well. And then back to the middle. And you can just hold on the worst spots, breathing all the air out. And if you hear a few cracks, that's okay. And then rest the hips down. Last stretch we're going to do. Turn the head to the side, look down towards the right hip, right hand over the top of the head, and then stretch the nose down towards the armpit. Good, so you're stretching the levator scapula on the left side here. And again, that muscle will tighten up. We're stuck, scrunched over the table. Turn the head to the left, look down towards the left hip, right arm hanging by the side, and gently stretch out the muscle on the right side of the neck. And then come back to the middle, and we'll finish with that for today's class. As I said, we'll build on this on Thursday with Lauren, and we'll keep building on it each week. So see you then. Bye bye.